East High, home of the Black Raiders, where every day is a great day to be a Raider.
Hi, I'm Bev Cloud.
And I'm Colin O'Connor.
We invite you to tune in each week to our EHS broadcast, where we will keep you connected with the highlights of East High School.
What is she doing?
She just said, "How are you?" in sign language.
Why would I need to know that?
It appears that many high school students across the United States are taking American Sign Language, a class that has become increasingly popular among the nation's hearing students as a foreign language requirement. About 2,200 students in the Northeast region choose ASL over Spanish, French, Japanese, and German this year. Teachers say they're not surprised by the growing popularity of American Sign Language. They note that teens have a difficult time sitting through entire classes all day without much movement. Sign language speaks to them. It's active and visual.
Alicia Vargas is a new sophomore at East High. She went to school for the hearing impaired and transferred to East High. Once a week, she works with a training dog from STARS. STARS is a writing school for kids and adults with disabilities known as Special Troopers. STARS isn't just a writing school, though. It is also a place where dogs are trained for therapy. Alicia helps teach a dog once a week. The dogs learn sign language for commands such as sit, stay, and down. When you see Alicia in class, you will most likely see her translator, Molly Holtz, there as well. Alicia is able to understand the lecture because of Molly's signing. As with most people who have hearing deficiency, Alicia can read lips very well. So next time you see her in the halls, wave and say hi.
Each week, we have been introducing you to a new faculty member at East High. With a staff and faculty of more than 100 people, new faces can be easily lost in the crowd. But we are excited to have fresh perspectives and new ideas at East High. Our camera is on Wendy Bryce, a new English teacher at East.
All right. Hi, my name is Wendy Bryce, and I graduated from Morningside College with a theater major and an English education major. Previously, before I came teaching at East High, I taught at West Monona for 2 years, and up there I taught mainly 11th and 12th grade English, as well as I did plays, I directed plays up there, and I was the speech coach up there as well for 2 years, which we were very successful. And then I decided to transfer to East because I was looking. The reason I decided to come to East was because I've always wanted to teach in a larger school. I did my student teaching up at North High before I became a teacher, so I was familiar with the bigger school district. Also, I just felt that there were more opportunities at a larger school for me, and my husband and I are looking to move back to the Sioux City area eventually, so it's just a great opportunity for myself. My responsibilities at East High, I'm on the 9th grade team, so I teach 3 classes of 9th grade English, as well as American Lit and Composition. And I'm also going to be an assistant speech coach this year, which I'm extremely excited about. So those are my responsibilities here. My impression of East High was basically that the students were really respectful. I thought that they were pretty respectful and knowledgeable about the content of just previous and what they've learned. So I was really impressed just on the whole entire school and how helpful all the staff was as well. When I'm not teaching, I do have a husband and a 10-year-old son, so we like to watch lots of movies. And I'm big into acting, so any show that I can be in or sing in or do improv, anything which puts me on the stage or in the spotlight, I'm all for that.
Our moms and dads remember the 3 R's as writing, reading, and arithmetic. But today's schools emphasize a more updated 3 R's.
Rigor, relevance, and relationships are keywords discussed in Monday staff development meetings at East High. When it comes to rigor, students say bring it on.
Nationally, 9 out of 10 students say they would work harder if their high school expected more of them. Less than 1/3 say their school sets high academic expectations. Rigor means more than memorizing, reciting, and restating. It includes making students adept at a deep understanding, applying knowledge, solving problems, and analyzing information. Caitlin Marsh, a sophomore at East, was able to put those skills to the task when she volunteered to plan the day's vocabulary review. Planning, preparing, and following through with those plans are skills used in the workplace daily. Caitlin planned a vocabulary bingo review game, prepared individual bingo cards, definitions to call out, and game pieces and prizes to allow the game to be played flawlessly. Students enjoyed the vocabulary exercise that offered more than filling in the blanks on a worksheet. Caitlin was able to practice leadership skills along with her preparation skills. Other students in the class will follow suit and prepare an activity. Rigor, preparing a lesson plan. Relevance, extended vocabularies are necessary in college and in well-paying careers. Relationships, Students enjoy the intellectual stimulation with their classmates, student instructor, and classroom teacher. It is a winning situation when preparing our students to be anonymous learners.
Last week, we touched base with our girls' volleyball team, and tonight, our hats go off to the East High girls' swim team. The team religiously practices at 6 a.m. and again at 3 p.m. Coach Brian Ferris leads the team of dedicated girls through grueling workouts. East swimmers Shelby Heinrichsen and Carissa Gugat are two enthusiastic swimming machines.
Well, what can you ladies tell us about the benefits of being on the East High swim team?
Well, you meet a lot of new people, and you obviously stay in pretty good shape. It's pretty healthy, and I know a lot of swimmers don't get very many injuries as of the other sports you do.
One of the benefits I've noticed is it helps with any other sport you're in. Just the endurance that you develop during swimming helps a lot with any other sport, like running or anything at all.
What do you see as the biggest, the hardest moments of your practice, and what is the most fun point in your practices?
The hardest part of practice is definitely the times. 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning, can get pretty rough. And then again in the afternoon, 2 days, really takes a toll on you.
Yeah, you're pretty exhausted. Also, sometimes coach gives us pretty fast times to make, do this much in this much time. That gets a little tiring.
And what's the most fun?
Friday afternoon.
Friday we have game day.
We play sharks and minnows or water polo or watermelons.
All right, and what do you ladies see as life after high school in terms of your sport of swimming?
I want to go to college and swim there, but that all depends on the college I choose. I think it'll help me organize life better and stay in shape.
I'm still going to swim in college, but I don't think I'll swim competitively just because what I want to go to for college, like the workload is going to be so heavy. I'll just do it as a pastime.
And what do you tell freshmen or 8th graders that are thinking about swimming? What would you recommend?
Do it.
Definitely do it. We have a lot of freshman girls that come in who have never played a sport before, and swimming helps them get into a sport and just stay in shape.
You meet a lot of new people. It's a good way to start high school out. If you're not going to stay with it all through high school, at least try it your first year.
And it's not a sport that's split up into grades, so you have interaction with, freshmen are interacting with seniors and every grade in between, and that's something that's really good that some of the other sports don't have.
All right, thank you.
Swimming is good exercise that can be continued for a lifetime. If you want a workout that keeps your heart rate up, takes some of the impact stress off your body, and burns calories, take a lesson from these East High swimmers and hit the pool. Spending time with a group is a great social outlet. Exchanging stories, challenging each other, and sharing the hard work makes swimming on a team a rewarding experience.
The class of 2008 is formidable, and these are kids who are enjoying the present but looking to the future. We can't have East High highlights without highlighting 2 more students in the senior class.
Nick Anderson, big senior year. What does that mean?
It means that you are almost done with your 4 years of high school, and that you are mainly the head of your activities, kind of. I mean, I'm a captain of the Quiz Bowl this year. I'm kind of a student director for show choir. I'm going to be involved with speech activities. I'm president of our student council. And so it takes a lot of leadership as a senior. You're the most mature person in your high school. And you just kind of hang out and show kind of the ropes and hopefully set a good example. So other kids after you, like the freshmen, can lead and go back when they're seniors and say, well, I remember this person as a senior, and they led a good by example. And as I enter from the big man on campus, next year I will be a freshman, which means I will have to start with baby steps again and slowly work into the programs I'm going to be involved with, and slowly just kind of get back in the game and go through another 4 years of just learning and seeing those upperclassmen lead by example.
Abby Anderson, senior at East High School.
What it's like to be a senior at East High School is the year we've all been waiting for since we were in kindergarten. People we've seen since forever and looked up to them like they were so old, and now it's finally us. Homecoming was just a crazy busy week because usually at coronation time we're sitting out in the audience just like, oh, there's my friend and there's this person and this person, but this year like getting ready to walk out in there, I was like, okay, this is my class this time, and we're actually going to be the ones walking out in there. And it just didn't feel real at the time. And when they sang the alma mater, usually we just sing through it, but this year, like being in the choir and singing it was like, wow, this is like the last time we're going to have to sit here and listen to this boring speech for a while and that. And there's just a lot going on, and you just kind of want to take advantage of everything that goes on. Like even pep assemblies, you just want to be like, oh, I'm going to go to that because how many more of these am I actually going to have and go to? And they just mean a lot more when you're a senior because you're not going to be having these activities in college. You're going to go back to being the young ones and not being quite at the top anymore as much as you think you are. And student council has just been really fun, and this year being the senior, everybody, it's like, oh, the seniors get all the big decisions and get to make do whatever with what they want to do, and it's like you're just kind of the top dogs. And even the teachers, like on the first day of class with orientations, they're all like, you're seniors now, so I suppose you can handle this and this, and it's just a big difference, and we really want to take advantage of every moment we have. So.
Lee Iacocca said the most important thing I learned in school was how to communicate. Did you know that only 7% of what people say is communicated through the words they use? The rest is conveyed through body language and tone of voice.
Students in speech class are learning that listening means more than hearing words. It involves reading nonverbal clues. In this classroom exercise, students learn the power of nonverbal communications and the benefits of teamwork.
What is the importance of nonverbal communications for students when preparing for their future?
According to Bethany, a contributor to Yahoo Answers, it is often the most important part of communication, the ability to convey feeling and meaning without the slightest guttural sound. People can tell you they really don't like such and such, but without their posture, body language, and facial expression, you may not really get the picture. Nonverbal cues are so important they make up 55 to 60% of our total communication with others, and so effective that it's possible to get elementary concepts across the universal barrier of language. You don't have to know Mandarin to understand that a person is feeling sad. You don't have to know a single word in Russian to understand that a mother is happy with her child. At the same time, body cues are so tied to our feelings and emotions that it's often impossible to disguise them, regardless of what we actually say.
Without nonverbal communication, words are just words. That wraps up another edition of East High Highlights.
If you ask a student at East High, what did you do today? And he or she says nothing, don't believe it.
There's a lot going on at East, and you can tune in each week to tap into the life in an active high school.